Meghan Markle's friend, Tyler Perry, has been accused of sexual assault by an actor he worked with. However, don't you find it interesting that Megxie has stayed quiet publicly over this? Where is her support for Lilibet's godfather? Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef The Alter Nerd, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to the Dose of the Daily Nerd, where I break down the raw news and gossip of the day that's pretty much caught me eye. And oh my goodness, yeah, let's jump into this madness, shall we? Because Megxie's friend, Tyler Perry, has been accused of sexual assault by an actor he worked with. However, as I've mentioned, don't you find it interesting that Megxie all of a sudden has stayed quiet publicly over this? I'm just asking for a friend here, but where is her support for Lilibet's godfather? Now, before I get into Megxie's silence of it all, let me just lay down the groundwork of these allegations in the first place, because they are quite severe. That's severe that Tyler Perry is being sued for $260 million. Now, the accuser in question, his name is Derek Dixon. He's an actor and he starred on some of Tyler Perry's shows, The Oval and The Ruthless to be exact. And he is suing Tyler Perry for this extraordinary amount over alleged sexual harassment, assault, and retaliation. Now, Derek Dixon is accusing Tyler Perry of, quote, initially promising him career advancement and creative opportunities, such as producing his pilot and casting him in his show, only to subject him to escalating sexual harassment, assault, and battery, and professional retaliation when Mr. Dixon did not reciprocate Mr. Perry's unwanted advances. Now, on the other side of the coin, you've got the attorney for Tyler Perry. His name is Matthew Boyd, and he spoke to people saying the following. This is an individual who got close to Tyler Perry for what now appears to be nothing more than setting up a scam. But Tyler will not be shaken down, and we are confident these fabricated claims of harassment will fail. And so, of course, it's natural for Tyler Perry's attorney to come out publicly to defend his client, right? Thing is, though, Megxie's silence is much more interesting to me, because over the years where Megxie has had the opportunity to name drop Tyler Perry in the conversation, in my opinion, conspiracy theory or whatever, she's taken full advantage and done so, right, when I could get my teeth back in. Now, interestingly enough, right, this is what Megxie recently had to say about Tyler Perry. And now, this was during one of her episodes of Confessions of a Female Flounder. She was chatting to her guest, Katie Lee, who is Highbrow Hippie Hair Salon co-founder at the time. And they were talking about when they first met. And Megxie said the following. So my family had just moved to California. We were staying in our friend's home. And because it was the pandemic, I kept ordering boxed hair dye. And I thought, I'm going to look just like she does on the box. And instead, it was this very inky, almost Elvira-esque black hair. And I texted Serge, and he said, you need to see Katie, and you came over. Interestingly here, think about what she says. She says, we were staying in our friend's home. Isn't it interesting that she had another opportunity to name drop Tyler Perry like she's done in the past, and she didn't do it? She's reduced Tyler Perry now to a friend's home. I wonder why. Why the distance all of a sudden? Because it's very impersonal to now reference Tyler Perry's house as our friend's home. On the other side of the coin, Tyler Perry's last comments about Megxie, the other way around, they were pretty frosty themselves. And so here, this was back in December. I reported on it. A lot of your favourite Megxatia channels also reported on this. And so Tyler Perry at the time, he was actually asked about Megxie and Hazza, specifically how he helped prepare them to their move to California. And he said, I didn't. He says, Meghan is from California. She knows California well, so there was nothing to prepare them for. But I will say this, what I learned about mentioning them, because there's this insatiable appetite to know all about them, is that any question that is asked becomes the headline of anything I say. And so when asked why he feels the appetite about Harry and Meghan is so insatiable in the media, he just then says, "You're from the UK, you tell me." So you look at Tyler Perry's last comments about Meghan. You look at Meghan's most recent comments about Tyler Perry. Yeah, something's wrong with this picture. And speaking of pictures, the last time they were seen together publicly, right, was at the Paley Honours Fall Gala. And you might think that, yeah, this picture's all rosy and all Gucci. But the thing is, actually, we saw cracks in their friendship, in my opinion, conspiracy theory or whatever, during this event. I mean, think about it this way. This picture has absolutely been torn apart. Look at previous videos. We were all discussing how this picture appears to support the notion that Meghan was sat at the same table as Tyler Perry, but in actual fact, when you look closer, that may not have been the case at all. Also, as well, she wasn't even on stage with him when he accepted his own award. They're such good friends, but she's not on the same stage with him when he accepted the award. And allegedly not even sat on the same table as him during that particular gala. So the frostiness and the separation of Meghan and Tyler Perry seems to have been going on for a fair amount of months now. And so going around full circle here, Meghan's friend, right, Tyler Perry, has all of a sudden been accused of sexual assault by an actor he worked with. Moreover, is now being sued for $260 million, right? And the one thing that's missing in this whole story right here is where's Meghan's public support for Lilibet's godfather? I mean, I'm just asking for a friend here, you know what I mean? But this scenario right here is giving me shades of Jessica Mulroney. Remember Jessica Mulroney? And as far as I'm concerned, she was falsely accused of being racist all those years ago during the height of the Black Lives Matter movement. Meghan and Jessica Mulroney were BFFs. All of a sudden, Meghan dropped her like that, like she was a hot potato. That were it. Done. I wonder, with what happened with Jessica Mulroney, is Meghan now doing the same thing with Tyler Perry? Because Tyler Perry's not Tyler Perry anymore for Meghan. Oh, no, 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 no. Tyler Perry has now been reduced to just being a friend's home. But enough about what I think. What do you guys think? With that being said, if you appreciated this video and you want more, and believe me, of course, there's going to be more. You do not want to miss my next video. Then make sure you subscribe to join our Alter Nerd tribe. Like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. Where is Meghan's support for Lilibet's godfather? Why do you think she stayed quiet publicly over all of this? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I appreciate all your faces. And until the next time, you guys, laters.